You've probably heard controversies making rounds for TV stars when they're out in public. Sometimes they get a little too scrutinized just because they're famous. You'll be shocked to hear what happened with Forey J. Smith, who's currently starring in a hit TV show. Forey J. Smith kicked off airplane. Forey J. Smith, who plays Lloyd Pierce on the critically acclaimed Paramount Plus series Yellowstone, was recently kicked off from a public flight. The situation was shocking, even for Smith himself, who claimed that he only refused to sit next to a passenger wearing a mask. But that's not how gently he put the entire situation. Smith took to Instagram to explain what went down to his followers and the public. Smith started the video by saying he got kicked off a plane but did not know where he was. A person in the background interrupted and reminded him that he was in Houston, Texas. Smith then explained that he was told to get off the plane because he wasn't comfortable sitting beside a person wearing a mask. Smith then picked out an issue of his own during the time. He said that he too had been drinking while he was sitting at the airport for 3 hours, but he wasn't drunk. It is why he then follows up by saying that the flight crew thought he was drunk and that's why they told him to get off the plane. Smith then channels his inner netizen by saying that people won't stand up to others and tell them how incredibly absurd this is. Of course, Smith used language that was far more spicy than how we're telling it, but you guys get the idea. And like every other controversy our internet deals with, this issue also saw people split on two sides. While several comments defended Smith and said that he was calling out the right thing, many other users pointed out the opposite. One user in particular asked Smith why he would feel uncomfortable sitting next to a person wearing a mask. And honestly, we would give the benefit of the doubt to the person wearing the mask. What if they're ill or having the flu? They won't go up and tell that personally to Smith, right? Another user came through and mocked Smith for his behavior. He pointed out that Smith is a great actor, but his comments about a face mask can only be considered one of the sissiest things ever. The user then ends with a pill of sarcasm by laughing and saying, "How is it possible to be scared of a mask?" Either way, people had their share of views. Some might have offended Smith and some might have not, but he felt it was important to tell his followers exactly why he got thrown off an aircraft. Not the first time. Smith is the latest star from the show to be in hot water. Before that, all eyes were on Kevin Costner as to whether he would return as John Dutton on the show or not. But now, Smith is getting his share of attention due to his aircraft antics. But surprisingly enough, Smith has made the news previously as well. Back in 2022, Smith refused to attend the upcoming Screen Actors Guild Awards because the rule stated that all attendees were to be vaccinated against COVID-19. If Novak Djokovic is looking for another anti-vax buddy, we just found him. Smith apologized for not making it to the awards, but justified his decision not to attend. Compared to the airplane incident, this one was much better worded. In a now-deleted video, Smith told his Instagram followers that he would like to apologize to them for not attending the awards, but his not being vaccinated should not be offensive to anybody. To be a part of the show, vaccination was necessary. He said he was not vaccinated and wouldn't be in the coming days. He also said that he has never been vaccinated ever since he was a child. This would have been enough, but it became a slightly bigger rant. Smith said that he doesn't vaccinate his dogs or horses and he's never gotten a flu shot because all these drugs do nothing but compromise an individual's immunity. He then let people know that everything he said was his belief and nobody else should follow his thoughts. He finally ended the video by saying that he doesn't believe in everything. However, this isn't the first instance of a Yellowstone star being caught amid a controversy. Several other cast members have received backlash from the public due to choices they made in the past. Let's have a look at them. Kelsey Asby's ancestry. Before she found success in Yellowstone, Kelsey Asby delivered a solid performance in Taylor Sheridan's 2017 flick, Wind River. Things were fine back then, but once she was cast as Monica Dutton in Yellowstone, she managed to raise a few eyebrows in the industry. As per the New York Times, Asby said in 2017 that she had mixed ancestry, including British, Taiwanese, and Eastern Band Cherokee. However, she wasn't brought up in an indigenous community. In order to soften the critics, Asby told the outlet that she had an intense connection to the character she played in Wind River. She even went as far as to say that the character she portrayed was in her blood. Yeah, okay, actors don't usually say this because that would be like Christian Bale saying he lives and breathes Batman. But after being cast in Yellowstone, questions were asked on what exactly Asby's true ancestry is. Adam Beach, a Native American who starred in the Suicide Squad, even kickstarted a campaign to boycott the series over this issue. That's not all. Another Native American actor and producer, Sonny Skyhawk, dug even deeper. He made inquiries with the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians tribal nation, and they responded by saying that they had no record of Asby and could not find any ancestral evidence of her. Luckily for Asby, the situation was swept under the rug. After all this, she hasn't been asked questions about her ancestry in public or addressed them on her own. Let's hope they don't resurface for the sake of her career. Luke Grimes' objection in playing a bisexual character. Luke Grimes' situation is even messier than either Asby's or Smith's. It is something that he can be called out on absolutely any time in his life. That is, if he hasn't already faced enough backlash for it. Grimes, who plays Casey Dutton on Yellowstone, walked away from his role on True Blood more than a decade ago after playing his character for only 6 episodes. Grimes exited the show citing creative differences, with the character he was playing as the problem. The following year, BuzzFeed reported that he left the show because he was uncomfortable playing a character involved in a same-sex romance. Ever since Grimes' publicist has denied this report, he defended Grimes by saying that his exiting the show was purely based on misinformation. Grimes wasn't informed beforehand about the romantic relationship that would develop on the show regarding his character and another male character. The actor with whom he was supposed to play this role, Nelson Ellis, had a lot on his mind about Grimes, which he let out. He highlighted that it is just a show where you play a character and get done with your job. He continued that you're not supposed to make a big deal out of it and quit your job because of what you were told to do. Grimes was not asked to comment in public after this, and although it's been several years since it happened, it is probably comforting for Smith to know that he isn't the only one on the roll call who has been in situations ridden with controversy. Yellowstone Updates. The final part of the 5th season of Yellowstone is about to begin shooting in the coming days. There was a massive speculation about whether Kevin Costner would be a part of the show, and now it seems that Sheridan might just sneak him in. Costner had creative differences with showrunner Taylor Sheridan, which is why it seemed that his return for the second part of Season 5 would be impossible. Recent developments have put Costner's character right into the mix, and although he might be there just for a cameo, fans will hope that his character gets the ending he deserves. As for the others, Smith and the rest of the cast will try to stay out of trouble as much as possible now that the series finale is on the horizon. The show has been successful ever since it aired 6 years ago, and now that the story is finally concluding, finishing on a high would be a great send-off for the cast. The second part of the 5th season will air in November 2024 and conclude in January 2025. How do you think Yellowstone will end? Give us your best theories in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more.